Say you're going to be having a good and swell time this morning. I'm Christian Chukwu on this wonderful edition of the program by Standards at the Newsstands. Welcome. It's a wonderful week, a new week that God has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I want to say a big welcome to everyone that's watching wherever you are in the city of Lagos, in Nigeria, in Africa, and also all over the world. You're welcome to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands Flip TV. I'm Christian Chukwu. I have my wonderful committed reviewers here this morning. They are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. We are here on the streets to get Nigerians talking, reacting or responding, giving their position on what we have topical on the daily newspaper this morning. I have with me the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun I have with me. I have with me also, I have the Point newspaper. I love this paper, the Point newspaper. I love the paper. Main headline on the Point, not Punch. We can no longer guarantee violence-free election. We can no longer guarantee violence-free election. That is from Lasso. This PDP, accredited to PDP. It says, vow to resist another rigging next year. Vows to resist another rigging next year. Lasso doesn't understand party politics. Nabena is saying that Lasso doesn't understand party politics. How federal government illegally withdrew 60 billion naira from CRF to pay varsity workers, fund police recruitment, audit report. How federal government illegally withdrew uh, 60 billion naira from CRF to pay varsity workers, fund police recruitment. That's from an audit report. Omicron variant, medical experts disagree ban, flight restrictions. Medical experts disagree on travel ban and flight restriction. Untold story of Akala, dreaded untold story of Akala, a dreaded community where hardened criminals are bred. From the CBN governor, despite harsh economy, investors inject 163 trillion naira in FIC market in 10 months. Despite harsh economy, investors inject 163 trillion naira. Also inside the paper, we have a boy teenagers accused mother of sexual slavery. Other abuses petition the commissioner of police. Airborne teenagers accused mother of sexual slavery. Other abuses petitions the commissioner of police. The front page of the Daily Sun newspaper. COVID-19, 97% Nigerians unvaccinated from federal government on COVID-19. The report we have here is that 97% of Nigerians are unvaccinated. This is from the federal government. Compulsory vaccination for civil servants, infringement on human rights. Anglican Bishop is saying compulsory vaccination for civil servants, infringement on human rights. Anglican Bishop is saying reps query NCDC over 9 billion naira pandemic fund. Reps query NCDC over 9 billion naira pandemic fund. I don't know if you had received any palliative, or some of these guys received any of the palliatives during the COVID-19 time. Looking at 9 billion naira from NCDC, Niger Delta State, for the pandemic fund. Senate discovers 34 billion naira in petroleum agency's fixed deposit account. Senate discovers 34 billion naira in petroleum agency's fixed deposit account. Omicron, UK suspends visa issuance to Nigerians and others. UK suspends visa issuance to Nigerians. Others, I hope this is not going to impede on the coming home of most people that live in the UK and those that are already here. This is going to be tough. Residents traveling from Nigeria to pay £2,285 for 10-day quarantine. Residents traveling from Nigeria to pay £2,285 for 10-day quarantine. Some doctors face this Niger, Imo, others because of fears over insecurity. Dowen College police yesterday sealed off school, deny arrest over students' death, and Saraki in Lagos to officiate the the campaign of APC members to PDP. Saraki was in Lagos and he witnessed a moving from APC to PDP members of the Lagos for Lagos movement. Lagos for Lagos movement. Members of this Lagos for Lagos movement moved from APC to PDP just recently. I have Mr. Lucky. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. Good morning. Good season, happy Christmas in advance. May God bless you. Good morning. My name is Lucky Ayaguna, Edonobi, Lagos. Thank you, viewer. Hello. Yes.
Okay, we have census under threat in Katsina, Borno, Niger, Imo, others. They are saying next year there's going to be census that will be conducted by National Population Commission. That it is not going to be possible under this state because of the insecurity.
See, it's a wasting of resources. For me, it's a wasting of time. The reason is that no matter how they count, they can still declare any figure, fake figure in the north. So there is nothing to share about.
No, there's a need for census so that we can.
My brother, you can never get it. Is all things in Nigeria when it comes for voting, census is a fake. I will tell you lie. I'll tell you lie. Not always started the first, whether na Jigawa, whether na Katsina, whether na Kano, whether small state in the north, they will call figure. So there is nothing to. I don't see anything celebrating with that. Whether it's security, do you remember during Jonathan time, where we were about to do 2015 election? Forget that Bonu was area not to go, but Jonathan be able to stabilize that area and they did the election. What happened? The result of that play came out more than legal result. So what are you talking about?
Okay, there are fears that 2023 elections, we can no longer guarantee violence-free polls. PDP is saying 2023.
Violence must come.
Saying that they are looking at another rigging from the.
Violence must come. There's no way we will not come because the reason before the voting, that's why you see the violence. And if after the voting, the only thing that will make violence not to come is that, let me tell you, in the south, we don't too much have violence like that. I don't understand me, except it did not. Now, we didn't know where the president. Ojikalo is coming up for presidency.
Ojikalo.
Yes. Ekoremadi is coming up for presidency. You can see in the southeast, there might be 100. In the southwest, there might be 50. But south, I don't think they have a stake. But what I'm saying is that the fight will be between Tinubu and Atiku. Atiku would like to take Obi or Ekoremadi. Tinubu would like to come out under APC. So there's going to be fight. At the end, Atiku will get the mandate. But what I'm saying, whether Atiku, whether Tinubu, we need people that will make Nigeria eat, see, good security, good healthcare, good hospital, good school. Let's pay the highest pay. That's what we want. But there's no way violence will not come. Violence must come. PDP saying that there is violence already. It's going on. That's see the poster. Tinubu poster. Tinubu says it's not coming, but you see poster. Tinubu is going everywhere. Vice President Yomi Osibanjo is about to contest, so there's going to be fight. PDP are saying the right thing. There's going to be fight. Anybody that say no fight, there's going to be fight. That's my whole
How
thing.
can we avoid APC and PDP in Nigeria?
How can we?
Bring up a new party which is not.
It cannot work. Why it cannot work is that Nigerians are hungry. PDP has money, APC has money. Those parties are not even united. They are not united. Do you remember 2019 when Chris Kuku, Christy, and other youth people unite, form a party? What happened? They fought. They end up joining PDP, joining APC, joining other party. They couldn't make headway. I could remember when Gani Fahimi was campaigning. Gani Fahimi was campaigning in Sky Power, Nigeria with Kaja, where the PDP was doing their own national stadium. Do you believe Gani Fahimi was not having 100 members, 100, but PDP everywhere feed up because of 2,000 naira. Gani Fahimi couldn't give everybody money. So the APC and PDP will say have their day because of poverty. People are hungry. That is it.
Mr. Kune is saying that we need a youth uprising. We need youth to come
He
out.
can't work. He can't work. He can't work. Except the youth take over PDP. The youth take over APC. But say new party cannot work. Except PDP change the name of their party or APC change the name of their party. They will still go there as scatter. Nigeria, we need God to come down and intervene. Everybody is corrupt. Everybody is wicked. That is why you see all these things. So the only thing is that I only pray that our eyes should open. The job voting, we should vote wisely. But in the north, despite the technology they are bringing, they will not use it for north. Because the population of north, if the right figure of 1 million, they might put it 2 million. But in Nigeria, yeah, nobody can do that. Mostly the south, they can't do that because everybody is afraid. Now, my prayer is that Nigeria should have a good leader that can be able to put us
You are saying
forward.
we should shine our eyes very well
Yes.
between Tinubu and Atiku. I know these are the two people I believe are going to. Who do you think we should shine our eyes?
For me, Tinubu can be a better candidate, but the northern will not allow him.
Tinubu will be a better candidate.
The northern will not allow him. The reason is that they feel he's too smart, he's wise. They will not allow him. Just like the way they deprive Abiola. Are you getting me? So the north still prefer to rule. Are you getting me? The north still want to rule, but if we the south can unite and bring a candidate, but for me, now it's supposed to be the turn of Igbo. If the south unite, it's supposed to be the turn of Igbo. Let Igbo bring a candidate, but not 100. Bring one. Let the south, that is southwest, bring one. Let them contest. But the northerner will always sponsor to make sure they fight. And when they fight, northerner will get the presidency. They will engage spending this our wealth they have been stealing in the south, using it to give our poor people. Before you know, they will start shouting Atiku win the election. So we, the south, we need to unite. We are not united. When it comes for election, Yoruba man would like to support Hausa man. But when you go for business, that's where Yoruba man, Igbo man become brothers and sisters. But when you come for election, the South will always support the North. So this time around, I believe they should be wise. They should make sure that they bring a person that will be able to unite this country so that we will not be running to America or Dubai. I get to be. Nigeria has everything it takes to survive. But we have wicked leader like our president who has been there for 6 years. He are not doing anything, just making us to suffer.
Okay. Lastly, despite harsh economy, investors inject 163 trillion naira in market economy. That is from the central bank government.
Who said this? Who said it?
Central bank government.
It's a lie. That man is fake. He got a court figure. Are you seeing it on ground? Are you seeing it on ground? He see Emefiele counted court figure because he's there. We are not seeing it. We are not seeing the reality. It's not reflecting. So he can always come up and say, Nigeria make trillions. My brother, under him, under Buhari, we are suffering. All these economic people, a lot of foreign investors have come home. They are suffering. So where did he get this figure? Nigerians are suffering under CBN government. Tomorrow, different policy. So, have you seen the money? Emefiele is there, and Buhari is going to borrow. Every year, he borrowed 4 times in a year. So what are we talking about? The current figure that is fake. That's not reflecting to me and you.
Okay. Let's look at this, Mr. Lucky.
Yeah.
We are moving towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
There are so many things happening.
Yes.
How has 8 children found dead in Lagos abandoned car?
You know, every festival, this like they always happen. Our security to be vigilant, our security to be wise, to make sure protect the citizen. The reason is that when you approach November, you see this. Let me even tell you, under Buhari, not only November, from the day the man claimed post presidency in Asoro, we have series of children dying in the house, rapists, kidnapping. It's not a new thing. All these are not new things. So because we have a bad leadership, we have police. Go now. People don't longer travel on land. Why? When you carry your bag in your vehicle from here to Benin checking point, I want more than 100,000 checking point. Are you getting me? Upon all, they are still kidnapping, they are still rapists, children, rituals, so many things. Because we have security that doesn't know what to call security. Everybody just put on uniform. They are not CID. Because of that, Egunje, because of pride. See, they stopping car to car. Somebody brought a bag from abroad. The bag came in from abroad. Do you believe? Just from here to here, search every minute. What are they looking for? But when they see kidnapper, they will not see kidnapper. Nigeria security is wrong because when the head is rotting, the guy is rotting. Our leaders are not doing well. So, should be the security party. So, this thing, no new thing. Remember, every year, people will be look for money to buy rice. They'll be looking for children to do ritual. Not only children, even adults. Nigeria is very careful for this bad leadership and this kidnapper and armed robbers. So that is my own thing.
Lastly, UK suspended visa issuance to Nigerians on that because of the Omicron. So those are in Nigeria now that are passing, that have come from UK to Nigeria now. You need to pay £2,285.
They should not worry. Everything's going to be all right. They should spend this Christmas with us. That's my own text. It's not compulsory you must go back or travel. For safety, that is what they call a country who take decisions, who believe their people. They don't want anything that will affect their people. Not like Nigerian leadership who always open border like the way they like, which witchcraft devils can just penetrate in. I support UK to do that because the reason is that they want to protect their citizens. Yeah, if we have take this measurement, I don't think those people that brought micro last week will enter. So I like UK for that area, but people who are standard to pay it, or you pay 2,000 285 naira.
Pounds.
That's a pounds. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. Stay in Nigeria, use it to enjoy. Keep your poor, those who are poor, and wait the day the visa will ready. So that's my whole.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lucky. I have this also this information this morning. Shocking: flight from Lagos to North is far cheaper than from Lagos to East when the times are different. Flights from Lagos to North is far cheaper than Lagos to East, even when the times are different. Okay, now from Lagos to Kaduna, which is 1 hour 20 minutes, the price is 48,700. From Lagos to Kano, 1 hour 30 minutes, the price is 33,000 naira. From Lagos to Abuja, 1 hour 15 minutes, the price is 38,800. From Lagos to Asaba, that's from Lagos to was the south, 1 hour, the price is 95,400. From Lagos to Enugu, 1 hour, the price is 95,000. From Lagos to Owerri, 1 hour, the price is 95,400. So as it stands, flight from Lagos to North is far cheaper than from Lagos to East. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr.
Mm, I don't know how farther from Lagos to the North and East. Which one is more far?
No, there are so many factors that determine price or whether goods or services. Demand is a major factor, irrespective of the distance. Demand is a major factor. So if the demand for flight ticket from Lagos to North is low, the price is bound to come down. If demand for flight ticket from Lagos to East is high, the demand is bound to increase. Sorry, the price is bound to increase. So demand and supply is a natural phenomenon that determines price. So it's irrespective of the distance. And at times, business people take advantage of demand.
Okay.
Because they see that many people are
Don't fly the
chasing
routes.
limited goods or services. So they'll be forced to jack up the price, knowing that even if they jack it up, people will still be willing to seek for that service.
Okay,
I think that
let's
is
look
what
at
is
this.
responsible.
UK suspend visa issues to Nigerians others as residents traveling from Nigeria to pay £2,285 for 10-day quarantine.
It is not unexpected. Because when you fail to do the needful, the consequence is what we have just seen. How can you say we have a situation where everybody know that virus mutates? It's a known fact.
Yeah.
So if you have a coronavirus, a COVID-19 that started from Wuhan in China, it moved to different parts of the world, it will be changing character. And the way it's changing character, the way the new one that is coming up is having whether more deadly or less deadly. So to that extent, when South Africa announced the discovery of Omicron, I can understand that some places that have discovered it, they can move. But when South Africa officially announced this discovery, I think the right thing to do was for Nigerian government to stop people from traveling from South Africa to Nigeria. That they didn't do. The same mistake they made when we had issue of COVID-19 in the first place. The time they needed to shut our airspace against countries of concern, they didn't do it. We now got a situation where we are already vulnerable. And again, if you look at how COVID-19 came into Nigeria, you discover that it is people who travel to all these European countries, all this far away. Like the known fact of former chief of staff to the Mr. President, Abakare. We learned that he went to Germany, that is where he contracted it. So what I'm trying to say in essence is the government refused to do the needful. That is the essence we find ourselves in this situation. And it's not unexpected because everybody wants to play safe. If you do not want to play safe, that does not mean that all other people do not want to play safe. If Nigeria do not shut their doors against South Africa as and when they needed to do it, it's not sufficient to say that Britain will not shut their door against Nigeria when it becomes necessary.
Okay, COVID-19, 97% of Nigerians are vaccinated. Now, an Anglican bishop has come out to say that compulsory vaccination for civil servants infringement on human rights. What's your take?
For me, I think people should not be forced to take the vaccine.
Where there is a pandemic.
I'm not disputing that. Let me tell you this. if you look at human being by nature, look at Africa, look at Nigeria particularly, these are the projection of the world as to the level of infection in Nigeria did not come to pass. And again,
The Bill Gates Foundation.
yes, and again, look at the vaccine, this coronavirus of 18. The vaccine itself do not guarantee 100% immunity. Because there are cases where if somebody who have taken the vaccine, who have been properly and adequately, completely vaccinated, have a condition that threatens his immune system, he can still be infected and even die from COVID-19. There are cases of that nature. That notwithstanding, vaccine naturally is supposed to act as immunity against a particular virus or disease, as the case may be. But for me, I think they should do more of sensitization, more of campaign, rather than trying to compare people to take it. As we speak, you cannot deny the fact that all the conspiracy theories out there, there are some persons who still believe in it, like sink and hookah. So to such people, taking the vaccine, the trauma that will come from taking it can even lead to death. Because they feel it has potential of giving you mark of the beast, which eventually will take you to hellfire. I'm not saying I believe in that conspiracy theory. What I'm trying to say is the world need to despair, countenance that position by way of sensitization, engagement, and let people start signing on to taking it willingly, rather than trying to compare people to say that if you do not take it, you cannot visit public places, you cannot enter government ministries and all that. I don't think it's the right way to go.
How because it seems the government has done its part and people are not really signing up to taking the vaccine.
How do they do their part? We all understand that prevention is a better option as we speak. All the opportunity available to Nigerian government to prevent this COVID-19, they didn't take necessary action as when needed. The Omicron variant, when they needed to take action, they didn't take. Perhaps because they know they have nothing to lose, they can easily. Don't forget that before the COVID-19 vaccine came to Nigeria, they were already jetting out of the country on an individual basis to go and get it in either America, Britain, and so on and so forth. So they feel that what affect common man do not affect them. And if you look at part of the reason they did not shut our airspace against South Africa, I think it's because most of them have been fully vaccinated. So they feel that since they have been vaccinated, their family members have been vaccinated, their cronies have been vaccinated, that what affect the common man do not affect them. They may even looking at it as an opportunity to reduce the population. So for me, compelling people to take is not the way to go. Personally, it doesn't matter what they do. I'm not taking it.
Okay. You're not taking it.
Yes.
It's an obligation. The Bible says obey those in authority.
You are funny. Let me remind you an instance. You see what I said? I said they need to. Okay, now. I want to remind you. I want to remind you something in the Bible.
Understand that
because you cited the scripture. I want to remind you something in the scripture. In Israel, after the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, they called the apostles under the leadership of Peter that they should stop preaching in the name of Jesus Christ. This was an authority from the government of the day. And the apostles were deviants of that order. They went about preaching, doing the work of God, healing and all that as the grace permits. They arrested them one day, brought them before the elders of Israel. Peter, being the leader of the apostles, he rose up and asked elders of Israel.
That way saying, Mr. Matthew, you must take it too.
But let me finish what I'm saying. Peter told the elders of Israel, judge for yourself. Is it right to obey God or to obey man? He said, what our eyes have seen and our ears have heard, we cannot stop saying it. That's why I say the government need to persuade the people. They need to make people believe that this thing is not COVID-19. Sorry, this thing is not mark of the beast. Okay, now, for instance, what they were doing in America the other time, they call Obamacare, that they will administer on the right term, that microchips. I don't need any prophet to tell me that I cannot take it, because it has something to do with mark of the beast as been described by the scripture. The only thing is, if you look at COVID-19, because the scripture says Antichrist is going to be a name that has something to do with 666, and it will be administered on the right thumb or on the forehead. Then again, we need to see beyond what the government is doing and beyond the administration of the vaccine, whether it has something to do with synchronizing with the right thumb. Before you convince me that I need to take it, it doesn't matter anybody's opinion. I can even decide to be killed if I'm not convinced that I need to take it. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, you need to be convinced
Yes.
before you can take it. Now there's
On the basis of scripture, not on the basis of what the government is saying.
Mr. Martin. Now that we have 2022, there will be a census. Somebody has come to say that census is under threat in those areas we have insecurity.
We have not had a true census in Nigeria, fortunately. Because I take a session with a situation where you tell me that Kano is more densely populated than Lagos. What we can see physically, by our estimation, nobody will believe that Kano is more populated than Lagos. But the last census say that Kano is more populated than Lagos. So for me, there are so many things wrong with our census. In a civilized society, nobody is talking about census. They make use of vital statistics. They register birth, they register death. At the end of every quarter, every year, as the case may be, they do an update, appraiser, to know the number of the living and number of the dead. So to that extent, you don't need to start marking a humongous amount for the purpose of census. Okay. So I think we need to start thinking in that direction, and I think we need to grow to that level.
One question I asked that insecurity will be a threat if there's another census that will be conducted in Nigeria. If the government wants to conduct another census, insecurity, especially in Imo, in Katsina, in Maiduguri, in Niger, it will become a threat to that census.
The government have a way of resolving it. Don't forget that before Anambra gubernatorial election, there were a series of threats to that election. But before the election, the government rallied around every stakeholder, and everybody eschewed his or her bitterness at the election.
So, can the governor call these bandits to order when they want to take census?
I think they have what it takes. It's either the government has what it takes to crush them. That's the truth. For me, they are playing hanky-panky with them. The government is not decisive enough to to bring the might of Nigerian sovereignty against the bandits. Because for me, the bandits cannot defy Nigerian sovereignty. Going by the capacity of Nigerian armory, the even Alpha jet is sufficient to decimate them. Not to talk of the 29 Super Tucano jets. And I don't know why government is still tarrying. I can understand that they have already started the process of proscribing them. They should hasten it up, conclude it, to enable the Air Force start deploying all these air platform against them. Okay. So that we can give a sigh of relief. Because whether we like it or not, the bandits that the government want to make us believe, though the government change the narrative, they are a menace to the society. And according to Gumi, who should know better than even the federal government, these are Fulani herdsmen. I'm not saying I want to discriminate against all the Fulani race. What I'm trying to say is, we have killer Fulani herdsmen. And this is known to the government, is known to the world. That is why the Global Terrorism Index say that they are the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. That is not to say that you cannot find a Fulani man who is doing his legitimate business, who is not engaged in crime. But again, I think the government have a responsibility to isolate the criminals and deal with them as criminals, rather than running away from it. Okay. So what the government needs to do, without further delay, they should finish the process of proscribing bandits and officially tag them as terrorists. Okay, finally, so that they can be dealt with. So
finally, Buhari's administration has over 60 projects in the southeast, and I think I agree. Buhari has done much more.
We challenge him to do more publicity. Let us see them on the page of newspaper. Let us see them in a kind
than
of
other
collection.
presidents.
What I'm saying is this, not just
I understand.
on the page
We
of the
should
paper.
see.
Is it not even surprising that ICPC is uncovering about 200 and something duplicated projects, even in this current budget that is under operation? So what tells you that some of the projects you are looking at may not be part of what is being duplicated? If an agency of government could come out to claim, based on discrete investigation, that some parastatals and agencies of government routinely in every fiscal year duplicate projects in the budget, and the government is unaware, and the government are not deemed fit to investigate and bring the persons who are involved, those people who are engaged in those negligence or dereliction of duty, to book. So it is encouraging other people to do more. That's the truth.
So finally, what's your thought on December? How do you think this yield side is going to fare
The issue
for?
is, I think Nigerians should start preparing ahead of time with respect to removal of fuel subsidy by February. The people should start seeing beyond December, because whether we like it or not, the government have made it clear, and we have a very stubborn government that does not do proper engagement, that does not listen to the people, that once they come up with a position, they want to follow it through irrespective of the opposition. So to that extent, people should start bracing up for the challenge ahead. Because by the time, according to analysis, by the time they remove fuel subsidy, a price of a liter of PMS at the pump will be selling, it cannot be less than 340 naira per liter. I know what that means. Premium
Currently,
motor spirit,
it is 165 currently,
yes,
and 340 now we are looking at over 100%.
it's more than 100% increase. So we all know the implication of PMS, premium motor spirit, in Nigerian economy. It has multiplier effects. But that happens, it will reflect in all the other sectors of the economy. That's the truth. So for me, I think the right thing to do is for the government to, because if you look at the mitigating effects, the cushioning effects, to give 5,000 to, is it 40 million Nigerians for either 6 months or 1 year, for me, that will not address the challenge at all. If you spend average of 500 naira on transport a day, as part of people who benefit from that cushioning effect, how many days with 5,000 to?
Depends on the distance you go.
That is 10 days. I just do on the average. Because if somebody who go from Oba to Ikeja to and fro every day, and the transport fare between Oba and Ikeja that hit that to 100 naira increases to 300 naira. 5,000 divided by 300 is even less than 10 days. So, to that extent, the cushioning effect is nothing to write home about. I think the right thing to do, which is a known fact, because in Nigeria, the problem of Nigeria subsidy regime is an age-long thing that even the common man on the street know the solution. We have said it over and over. Build refineries, build modular refineries. From analysis, a modular refinery that can refine 1,000 liters per day will, is it 1,000 liters? I mean 1,000 barrel per day, will cost 100 million naira. Yes, is it 100 million naira or dollar? But I'm not very sure. What I'm trying to say is the money that have been invested into turnaround maintenance of our refineries would have been enough to build, if not one, if not two, one modular refinery in all the political zones. And if you have done that, you to reduce importation, you take care of majority of our local consumption. So for me, I think the government should look inward on how to better cushion the effect rather than the 5,000 that is insignificant.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew. I think we're going to paste the link on to be part of the program this morning. You will just paste the link so that you can also speak. I want to take a big thank you to all those that were in support of the get together, and I believe that you've been supportive enough. As we face the, let me look at some of the stories we have this morning until we get our next speaker coming to speak. 60 projects have been carried out by Buhari's administration. Over 60 projects have been carried out in Buhari's administration. Let me see what is your comment. What do you think? What are you going to say about that this morning? 60 projects have been carried over in the southeast under Buhari's administration, despite the fact that we had south president, we had a southwest president. The projects that Buhari has already put in place in the southeast, according to reports we have on the Sun newspaper, page 29, it's been said that these projects are up to 60. I think I'm going to read the part of that story this morning, and let's look at what we have to get from that report. Page 29 of the Sun newspaper. Buhari, 60 projects in the southeast. According to Mr. Matthew, he said that these projects should be advertised so that we can see them, because there have been some kind of padding. You see, padding in the budget. Okay, let me read it out this morning, page 29. The president on political affairs in the office of the vice president Gambo Mazo yesterday said President Muhammadu Buhari administration has over 60 verifiable projects across the 5 states of the southeast. Mazo stated this is in a statement in Abuja, adding that the projects included completed an ongoing federal road and bridge construction across the 5 states of the zone. An overview of the project includes the construction of, let me mention them, Ihiala Olu Road in Iseke, San Amafo Uli, that is in Ihiala, Olu Umuduru section in Anambra, that's a construction, a bridge construction over there. Another project in Anambra Imo border, Ibinta Okigwe Road, the rehabilitation of Abakaliki Afiko Road sections 1 and 2 in Ebonyi, the rehabilitation of sections 1 to 4 of the Enugu Port Harcourt Expressway, and the rehabilitation of Urban Newi Okigwe Road route. When you go to the Sun, page 29 of the Sun, you can see some of the projects that were being said. But according to Mr. Matthew, we expect that the government of the day publicize these projects so that we see as evidence what they are saying on the paper. Thank you very much for watching today's paper. We have most of our reviewers not coming this morning, but I think by tomorrow they will be very, very much around. Let me read some of our responses here. Very interesting responses. The link is being pasted on the live chat. Please, being part of the program, click on that link so that you can have your view on the issue we have this morning. From Gabriel Winfield is saying, banning African countries does not stop the virus. It can only be stopped if China can share the data and cause of the disease from Wuhan lab. Banning African countries does not stop the virus. I think he's correct. He also said, why didn't Canada or UK ban China where the diseases originated from? Even China refused to share main information and data of how it started. Here in Nigeria, people are not really confident in the government when it comes to this vaccine and everything. Many people have the opinion, when you look at the spiritual aspect, of the opinion that the vaccine has some connection with the mark of the beast, while some people don't trust what the government brings to them. They have lost faith in the government. And also, let me read Mr. Kelvin Osayo. People die in Africa because of this COVID, but they think it's just fever. Please, you guys all need to take the vaccine. That's from Kevin Osayo. People die in Africa because of this COVID, but they think it's just fever. Please, you guys all need to take the vaccine. And also, we have one other person before I come to the close this morning, Mr. Jarek, saying some of so-called educated Nigerians are very ignorant if it comes to religious and their personal health. When did the government now have rights over our bodies? Educated ignoramus everywhere. That's from Drone Affairs. Okay. Awame Daniel saying, ban all our people from coming into our country for now. Ban all our people coming into our country for now. That is, I don't know which country, Mr. Awame Daniel, you are talking about. Ban all our people from coming into our country. In the next 5 minutes, I just want to give us opportunity to respond to this topic, this report that I'm going to put forth now from the Central Bank of Nigeria. That's the Godwin Emefiele. He said, despite harsh economy, investors inject 163 trillion naira in the fixed capital market in 10 months. What do you think? Despite harsh economy, we have had investment of over 160 million naira. Let me get your response so that I can read it out so they can be part of the program on the live section. What do you think about, despite harsh economy, investors still inject 163 trillion naira in our markets in 10 months? We need to see the dividend of the investment. If they have invested all this, I think we need to see it on our economy. Inflation should have not been a problem. We should have had some of these things affordable, that people are crying loud every day saying that the country is becoming so hard for them to afford their basic needs and amenities. What do you think? In the next 5 minutes, as I give us this opportunity this morning to give our response. 163 trillion naira invested by investors, despite when we say we have a harsh economy, despite the fact that Nigeria is being seen by the global community as a place whereby investors should not come in. But the central bank governor has come out to say that investors still had to invest 163 trillion naira into the economy. And also, there's another interesting report this morning that I'm going to be looking at. COVID-19, 97% of Nigerians unvaccinated. That's from federal government. 97% of Nigerians unvaccinated. There are reasons why these things are happening in Nigeria. Like I said, people don't have faith in the government, despite the fact that we have COVID-19 in Nigeria. People don't have faith in the government, and people, it seems, they are at loggerheads with their leaders. Whatever comes from them, we are looking at taking out hunger, taking out insecurity before talking about giving us any vaccine. Despite the fact that last year, during the COVID-19, the months where we had the COVID-19, palliatives were given to other clients, but in Nigeria, we had some kind of politics being played. Many people did not receive the palliatives, despite the fact that 9 billion naira, like House of Reps have queried NCDC over 9 billion naira pandemic fund. So where did the money go? 9 billion naira for the pandemic. Where did the money go? Okay, as we move to the end of no response now for this morning, let's move to the end of bystanders and newsstand this morning. I'm Christian Chico. Till meet tomorrow by God's grace. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Mr. Femi Davis, and also everyone that have been part of the program this morning. I will say bye for now till tomorrow as we meet by God's grace. Thank you.